Hey everyone, welcome to Pickleball and Beyond. My name's Ryan.
My name is Vino.
And today we are looking at the Fat Boy from Bread and Butter. So, what do you think of the Fat Boy? We've loved all the paddles from Bread and Butter.
Let's start with the marketing.
Yeah.
Every single Bread and Butter, from the time we started with like some of their original paddles, their marketing is just unbelievable. The Shogun, the Loco, we have to do some reviews on that, and the Filth. I mean, they just go out of this world. As far
just like
as
where the paddle's made from.
Designed in outer space, right? I mean, again, kudos on the branding, marketing, unbelievable. So, looks very nice. My 8-year-old daughter fell in love with it. I mean, it's like one of those paddles you just want to pick up and play with.
Really nice grip on it. They've always done a great job on the grips. Bread and Butter's grips out of the box are awesome.
Even like the drip and the spear when they came.
They're budget paddles.
Their grips are phenomenal. Again, stick on like with great grip. This is this carbon fiber Kevlar Aramid mix. So surface is very clothy. It kind of reminded me of the Diadem Warrior 2, where that surface was very clothy and like very plush. And it did play to that as well. And I mean, the quality of the paddle, just awesome. Like
nice
as always. I mean, Bread and Butter, kudos on how they do it. How would you categorize this paddle?
So, definitely would categorize this as a control paddle, and I think the shape is what's going to play into that. It is a 16 millimeter, but then you have that very wide, and I think it's a good name for the paddle. It's a Fat Boy.
Yes, it is. 8 inches by 16, so yes.
Very wide body paddle, and that's just naturally going to bring more control to your game.
Let's go through our categories. Let's talk about control. How did you like the control of it? Resets, third shot drops. Yes.
So starting from the kitchen line, again, that's where it's going to shine. No issues there at all. Has a long dwell to it. And then just like third shot drops, every control paddle, it's going to do a good job there, like it should be. It might take a little getting used to. I remember I was hitting mine a little shorter than I expected initially from my third shot drops, but that's just because I'm used to a paddle with a little more power behind it. But I mean, it has a really forgiving sweet spot. I mean, that's a highlight of it, which makes control a lot easier.
Yes, and like usually all the wide bodies have better sweet spots. It's easier to control.
And that was very true of the Fat Boy.
Very true, and like lots of beginner, like my daughter, like my uncle was playing with it, and there was a couple of other people in the tournament that were trying it, and they really were surprised how forgiving it was. The sides and also going closer to the bottom. You know, they still had that forgiveness to it. How did you feel the pop and
the power?
Yes.
I mean, like, there wasn't a whole lot of pop on the paddle to speak of.
It did absorb quite a bit.
Yeah, it absorbed, exactly. That's why there wasn't a lot of pop, but that helped with resets, going back to the control we talked about. But yeah, so in terms of pop, not a whole lot. And when you did a full swing, it was okay, right? It generated some power. Compared to the rest of their lineup, it would take dead last from what we have in front of us. I mean, the
Filth was one of the most powerful paddles, still is. I think where it caught people off guard was a very high swing weight. So what, 128 versus like, what is that, 110, right? Yes, and lots of people started saying the longer they played, it actually hurt their arms because it's not that maneuverable. They did an awesome job with the Shogun. Check our review on that, where it kind of dropped off of this, get what I mean, lesser. But this was like more their control paddle.
And the Loco had a lot of control as well.
And very maneuverable.
Very maneuverable, but this was even more of that wide body extra.
Yes.
Where the Loco, this was more of like that closer to middle of the road paddle, where this was aiming, this filled a good slot in their lineup, trying to jump all the way into that control side. So really smart idea to release this paddle.
Yes. Spin.
So the spin on the Fat Boy wasn't anything to write home about. It was pretty standard. I mean, I was hoping for a little more, but I mean, again, it obviously generates some spin. It's a high tier paddle.
I think what surprised me, like with the shape and that material, I was expecting a little bit more dwell, that you'll get like those slower spins. It almost felt more like fully thermoformed, and it was just coming out. So when you hit it hard, you did get some spin, but it did not generate that high revolutions where you see that extra dwell. So I would say that's where, like, so if you're comparing this with an Apollo Spartus, that's going to get way more spin because it's dwelling a little bit more. You're going to have a little bit less, but I mean, still, as an overall package, extremely impressed with this paddle. Really nice. I mean, attracts like you have people that want to have really nice paddles, pretty paddles, right? And you'll always have people, oh, I really like how that looks like. And when you hold something that you like playing with, it feels nice. You play nice with it. And I think this has that effect to it. And Bread and Butter always has done that really well. So lovely paddle. We enjoyed it. I think, you know, this is a great market. It's meeting one of those needs that, you know, are unmet with some of the other paddles. So kudos to that. We enjoyed playing with this. If you want to try it, please reach out to us. We'd love demoing this for different people. Subscribe, comment. We love hearing from you. Drop a like and hope to see you in another paddle review.